One guy, he can shoot. The other guy, not so much.
Where we gonna go to celebrate? Thinking Club Shay Shay.
Club Shay Shay.
Club Shay Shay, yep.
Get that stuff out of here.
And although they're very different in many ways, most importantly, they're brothers for life. And they always gonna have something to say.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. You gonna end up like Russell Westbrook. You gonna be just out. Here we go. Welcome back. I got something to say, home of the unmitigated gall. I'm Quaylen Q. Smith, along with my partner Alan A.J. Ward, and we're joined by our friend Amber from Jacksonville, Florida. Amber, what's happening, lady?
What's going on, y'all?
Same crap, different restaurant. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about a subject that me and Alan have completely disagreed on since I can remember, really since the coronavirus started. Here's what the topic is. Many people are taking financial loss on many different levels because of the coronavirus, whether it be because their work has not been available because of a shutdown, people have been furloughed, whatever the case has been, people have been asked to take pay cuts. Here's where me and Alan disagree. Alan feels that people who make a substantial amount of money, sports figures in particular, should not be affected by what transpires with the coronavirus because they have so much money.
There you go, lying.
Well, explain. Go ahead. Since you want to be the moderator, go ahead. Talk to the folks.
My point is, if you make the last person on the NBA bench makes $800,000. Like, so the last dude.
Is it not that before or after taxes?
Is it?
It don't matter. To be real,
Is it my turn? Or okay?
I just want clarification. I mean, you did you cut me off? I never finished my turn.
Hey, it's too late for all that now. Anyway, like the person that you don't know his name, that never plays a minute, a second in an NBA game makes $800,000. That's the minimum that they can pay you. Quaylen's thing is, they're affected. They live according to what they make, which is just not smart. If you make $800,000, right, you're not living paycheck to paycheck. People like us, we're living paycheck to paycheck. Yes, it is. We're living
First of all, you don't live
paycheck
paycheck to paycheck, but go ahead.
Okay, we're not talking about that right now. Hold on.
I live paycheck to paycheck. You don't live paycheck to paycheck, but go ahead.
Normal people that make less than $60,000 a year live paycheck to paycheck. They don't have enough money to do whatever they want, to save all this money and have all this money in their savings account. So when times like this come, they'll be fine for months and months and months. If you make $800,000 a year, there's no reason that because of this coronavirus, you should be in any hole financially or any of that. Go ahead. I got some more.
So you're saying they should be completely unaffected by this?
For now, yes, absolutely. Because
here's my point. No, that's my turn. Putting my foot down.
No, you're not. That's a weak foot. That's a baby foot. Go ahead.
That's an ugly foot. I need these toes done. That's a different story for a different day. You ever let me tell you something. Like, listen. Let's just be honest about this.
You get your toes done?
I mean, I've had them done before. Like before my wedding, I had them done.
All right. Just keep going.
I mean, I had them done before my wedding. We was going on a cruise. I mean,
keep going.
You ask my mama how my toes look. Them Johns, they be like, that's a different story for a different day. We're gonna have to edit that out.
And we not. Go ahead.
Come on, man.
You wanted this.
Right. Listen, no, but in all seriousness, no. Actually, first of all, make sure you take care of yourself, your bodies, and everything like that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's not something I do habitually, but I mean, for special occasions, I don't want.
Stop trying to explain yourself. Just keep going.
Ain't nothing wrong with get your toes done. Let's talk about these athletes.
Okay.
I bet they get their toes done.
Okay. So, Amber, you don't think there's anything wrong with a guy getting his feet done from time to time?
It depends on how bad they look. If they look like they need professional help, by all means.
Yeah, them jaws look awful. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Make it a regular thing. You need to go ahead and do that.
Folks be walking around here with athlete's foot. But let me get back on topic. So, here's what I'm saying. depending on how long the work stoppage is, eventually, I don't care how much money you make, if you don't make any income for a substantial amount of time, you're going to be affected. You make $800,000 a year, you don't bring home $800,000. I don't care what you bring home. Okay, fine. But if you go a year, 18 months without working, you're going to be affected. You cannot tell me that you're not going to feel any loss over a year to 18 months, no matter what you make.
After a certain amount of time, a year, 18 months, you might start to feel it. Amber, go ahead.
You might start to feel it?
I agree more with Q because
thank you.
Think about it. I think half these athletes are living paycheck to paycheck. They spend the money as they get it. Look at their cars.
Thank you.
Houses, cars, all the people who living off of them. You think they really saving all that money? No, because they know, I'm going to. Ain't nobody saving that.
No,
okay, maybe Steph Curry because he's smart, but they shouldn't. I believe majority of athletes are living paycheck to paychecks. That's why they have to get sponsors and stuff. In the meantime of them not working, they doing other stuff. They have other jobs. They're not just living off they NFL, NBA salary. They're not. They can't.
Okay. All right, so no, Quaylen, you hush.
Let me get in here. Let me just say this real quick. Jay Williams from ESPN, he's an ESPN contributor, has said that on multiple occasions that a lot of those bench riders live paycheck to paycheck. You said, as far as living responsibly, I get all that, but let's just be real. You live according to what you make. A person making $25,000, right, is going to live according what's conducive for that $25,000. If you were to make a substantial pay jump, very rude of you. If you were to make a substantial pay jump to, let's say, $45,000, and now you made an additional $20,000, you're not going to live based off that 25 anymore. You're going to live on what's conducive for that 40.
Not a good analogy, because $25,000 and $45,000 is not $800,000. Yes,
that's
Amber,
fine, but it's
hold on.
still
Hey, I'm talking.
Jump.
Amber,
is that not a
right.
substantial jump?
Amber, you're right. People do. They buy these Bentleys, they buy these Ferraris, these expensive Lamborghinis and Teslas and things like that, and that's dumb on their part. They can have a little.
And then they gotta buy their mama a house.
They shouldn't have no baby mamas.
They gotta buy their whole family, everything.
They ain't gotta buy them.
No, they regular mama.
They ain't gotta buy them nothing. They've been living. Their family's been living this whole time just fine. Okay, so they can.
So you gonna live rich and lavish and leave your family in the crapper? You really gonna do that?
So you putting words in my mouth. You can give them money.
That's a question.
Okay, let me answer the question. You can give them money, right? But I'm not about to, give them my whole check. No, I'm gonna be saving a lot of that money. If I'm making $800,000 a year, first of all, I'm not gonna buy no big old expensive house, which you just shouldn't, right? Okay, I'm not gonna buy no $100,000 car. Why would I do that? That's not smart. I'm gonna get me a nice little 2020, I don't know, Honda Civic, something like that. I'm gonna ride around. If I'm the last player on the bench, I don't make that much. I don't make $30 million a year. I make $800,000 a year. So I'm gonna live simple. Okay, so times like this do happen.
Athletes though.
I'm talking about what they should do.
Be real, man. Let's
just
be real.
Okay, no, I'm talking about what they should do. I'm not talking about what they actually do. I'm talking about what they should do if they was actually smart.
Okay, let me ask you a question. If you were still working at GFS, would you have got picked up that car that you picked up? I'm asking.
No.
Why?
I didn't make enough money.
So you don't think that your newer situation puts you in a position to where it's like, oh, I can afford this now, so I'm going to do this because I can afford this.
It did, but I didn't put myself in a hole. That's the point. I didn't put myself in a hole. I didn't get this. Oh, now I ain't got no more money left over. Now I ain't got nothing.
Okay, but see, there you go. Now this is where I say you're kind of making my point, because it's like, okay, you picked up this expense based off the money that you're making that you're going to continue to make. If I were to take your salary away for a year to 18 months, now you're in a hole.
Okay, a year, 18 months. Yes, I'm talking. They ain't been out of work for a year, 18 months. They going back to work next month, bro. They've been out of work for like 5 months.
They voted on that, but if the situation turns back into a big second wave, which all of us expected to, they're going to probably be out of work for maybe I won't say the remainder of this year, but you can scrap the rest of the season. And then you talk about MLB players and NFL players. We don't even definitively know if they will get a chance to start their season. So they might go a whole year's salary without that money. So now you're talking about those bench riders that's going a year without pay. You're going to be affected. I don't care how much money you make.
Nope, shouldn't be.
You
Shouldn't
shouldn't be. You should not be, but it probably.
What they will be.
I mean,
They will
logically,
be.
practically, and pragmatically, that's going to happen because the more you make, the more you're going to be able to do, the more you do. All right.
That doesn't mean you should do it.
And that's fine.
You
That's
spend
fine.
the money you have.
Hey, don't spend it all then. Get you live
So you
simple.
telling me if you made $800,000, you'd be still driving the same car you drive right now?
Probably not. But I'm not going to put I'm going to save so much of that money. If I end up in a situation like this, I'm gonna be cool.
Okay, first of all, let's just be honest about this. Nobody plans for pandemics. Like, I mean,
That's what I was thinking too.
You plan. Okay, this might happen. Natural disaster might happen, but you don't plan for a global pandemic. You know what I mean? You did not plan. You planned for COVID.
Global.
You planned. For
I
COVID.
plan to be out of work.
Jeremiah,
I plan
Ezekiel?
to be. No, I could be out of work. The system could crash. Our jobs could just be completely lost, and we could have nothing left. So yeah, But you know what? I'm gonna save this money because I don't know what
Jeff
in the
Bezos.
future.
That's not everybody though.
Not COVID. I wasn't thinking about COVID, but anything can happen, brother. Good morning.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Anything could happen, but what I'm saying is, as time goes on, depending on your situation, eventually you're going to. If you're out of work for a month, okay. If you feel the effects, if you go broke after a month, 2 months, okay, that's a problem. I'm not saying that the athletes should go broke, but I'm saying if these work stoppages go on for a long enough time, yes, they're going to feel the effects because they have bills. They have people that they're taking care of. See, I'm not taking care of nobody because I don't have any money to take care of anybody. But if I made 6 figures, well into 6 figures, borderline 7 figures, you best believe I'll be taking care probably of my family, whatever the case is.
Nope.
But listen, we're going to drop this topic right here. We got to get out of here. We're going overtime. We'll be right back after this. Please stay tuned because I'm going to bust this dude up a little more.
No, you're not. You just lost. You lost. But go ahead.
How did I lose? Amber
lost.
agree with me, right? We got to go. Booyah.
No!